Good morning, dear students. Today we will discuss about the management of normal puerperium. When you take care of a woman during puerperium, we have to follow some of the principles. Number 1, to restore the health of the mother. Number 2, to prevent infection. Number 3, to take care of the breast and promote breastfeeding. And number 4 is to motivate the mother for contraception. Immediate attention. Close monitoring of the patient immediately following delivery is very essential. You have already studied about the management of fourth stage of labor. So immediately following delivery, the patient should be closely monitored. And also the emotional support is very essential. Usually the first feeling of the mother is the sense of happiness and relief with the birth of a healthy baby, and the woman needs emotional support when she suffers from postpartum blues, stress due to newborn's prematurity, if there is any illness for the newborn baby, or if there is any congenital malformation or fetal death. Rest and ambulance. Early ambulation after delivery is beneficial to the patient. So, you have to encourage early ambulation after delivery. The advantages are it provides a sense of well-being, the bladder complications and constipation are less, and it facilitates uterine drainage and fastens the involution of the uterus and lessens the puerperal venous thrombosis and embolism. Next is regarding hospital stay. Early discharge can be encouraged if there is no complications for the mother. Most of the women are discharged after 2 days of spontaneous vaginal delivery. Discharge can be done with the proper education and instructions. Some mothers need prolonged hospitalization due to morbidities like infections of urinary tract, perineal wound, pain, like that. Next is about the diet. She can be on normal diet during the puerperium according to her choice. If she is lactating, high calorie diet to be provided. You have to make sure there is adequate intake of protein, fat, fluids, minerals and vitamins. However, in non-lactating mother, a diet is enough as in non-pregnant woman. Next is about the care of the bladder. The patient is encouraged to pass urine following delivery as soon as possible. Sometimes the patient may fail to pass urine. The causes can be due to unusual position, pain due to perineal injuries, like that. This can be due to difficult labor or a forceps delivery. If the patient fails to pass urine, catheterization can be done. Continuous drainage can be kept until the bladder tone is regained. Adequate bladder drainage to be ensured to prevent infection and cystitis. Next is about the care of the bowel. Early ambulation to be encouraged to avoid constipation. A diet containing sufficient roughage and fluids is enough to prevent constipation. Mild laxatives can be given if it is necessary. Next is about the sleep. Provide adequate physical and mental rest to ensure enough sleep to the mother. She should be protected from worries and fatigue. If there is any discomfort such as after pains, painful piles or engorged breast, that should be dealt with adequate analgesics. Care of the vulva and episiotomy wound. Soon after delivery, thorough cleaning of the perineal area to be done. Dressing is to be done to the perineal wound with antiseptic powder. Aseptic technique to be followed while doing the dressing. cold or ice sitz bath can be advised. It will help to relieve pain by reducing edema and inflammation. Care of breast. The nipple should be washed with sterile water before each feeding, and also the nipple should be kept clean and dry once the feeding is over. Advise the mother to use a nursing brassiere to provide support to the breast. Nipple soreness can be avoided by frequent short feeding. And another term you have to be familiar is nipple confusion. It is a situation where the infant accepts the artificial nipple but refuses the mother's nipple. This can be avoided by making the mother's nipple more protractile and not offering any supplemental fluids to the infant. Maternal infant bonding. It starts from first few moments after birth. This is manifested by bonding, kissing, cuddling, etc. The baby can be kept in the mother's bed or in a cot besides her bed. Baby-friendly hospital initiative promotes parent-infant bonding, baby rooming with the mother, and breastfeeding. Asepsis and antiseptics. During the first week of puerperium, strict asepsis is to be maintained. Encourage the use of local antiseptics and to follow aseptic measures during the perineal wound dressing to prevent any type of infections. Advise to keep the surroundings clean and limit the number of visitors to the mother. This could help in reducing the nosocomial infection. Immunization. Anti-D gamma globulin can be administered to unimmunized Rh negative mother if the baby is Rh positive. Women who are at risk of rubella can be vaccinated safely with live attenuated rubella virus. If the mother didn't take the booster doses of tetanus toxoid or hepatitis B or Tdap during pregnancy, it can be given to the mother. All these vaccines are safe during breastfeeding. Management of ailments. First one is after pains. It means the spasmodic pain felt in the lower abdomen during the postnatal period. Usually, this pain may present for 2 to 4 days after delivery. If there is presence of blood clots or bits of afterbirth, this can lead to contraction and pain. Gentle massage over the uterus can be given, and this will help to expel the clot. Analgesics or antispasmodics can be administered if it is necessary. Pain on the perineum. Thorough perineal examination to be done to detect any vulvovaginal hematoma. If the mother is on analgesics, she may not feel pain. Sitz bath can be advised to relieve the pain. And the next one is correction of anemia. Majority of the women have anemia following delivery. Supplementary iron therapy can be given for a period of 4 to 6 weeks after the delivery. Follow-up. Usually, follow-up services are provided 6 weeks postnatally. General physical examination of the mother is done during the visit. General assessment of the infant also to be done, and check whether the baby received BCG vaccine or not, and if there is any other minor problems, that also to be addressed. If the mother have mild genital prolapse, advise her to avoid strain and constipation and teach her to do pelvic floor exercises. If she need further follow-up, it can be given after 3 months. Maintaining records. As you all are aware, maintaining the records is very important. All details about the patient is to be entered in the patient's record. Here details such as vital signs, involution of uterus, bowel and bladder movement details, character of lochia, etc. to be maintained. Involution of the uterus has to be recorded at the same time every day in order to get the accurate rate.